Welcome back to B2B TV, our channel dedicated to B2B marketing. Today we're talking creativity, so myself and Richard are joined in the studio by True's creative director LJ Spencer. We've selected our 6 favourite B2B campaigns from the last few years that have inspired us and that we really admire. We'd love to get your opinions on the work that we've chosen and to hear about any B2B ads that you love or that may have inspired you in your career. You can join the conversation via the hashtag B2BTV or email us directly at b2btv@trueagency.com. B2B marketing's developed a stigma of being boring, and the vast amount of rational, product-centric communications are probably to blame for that. But, as research has clearly shown, emotional engagement that builds brand equity has a significantly higher impact on sales. And today, we want to celebrate some of the great creative B2B work that we've admired over the last few years. Myself, Richard and LJ have selected our 2 favourite ads, and we're going to take it in turn to talk about why we've selected them and what we love about them so much. So, Richard, do you want to start by telling us about your first selection and why you've chosen it?
Yeah, so my first piece is for State Street, the financial services organisation, and it's for their campaign called Fearless Girl, created by McCann, New York. And they identified a kind of point of friction in popular culture, which is to do with diversity in financial services and how there aren't many females, of course. So they created a fund called the She Fund, and they're investing in those organisations that have got female executives, and they needed to promote awareness for this fund. So they created this campaign, Fearless Girl statue, where she stares down the bull of Wall Street. And this video that we're about to see actually gives you some of the response from that campaign. It's phenomenal.
It is magical. Let's have a look.
And the problem is this: women are not making it to the top of any profession anywhere in the world.
Today is International Women's Day, and one Wall Street firm is marking the occasion by placing this statue, a little girl staring down the iconic charging bull.
The new image was put up by State Street Global Advisors.
A powerful little
Defiant.
girl.
Representing women's daily experience of having to face a ton of bulls.
There's certain values like diversity that have a return.
The fact that the industry has acknowledged this fund is quite important.
The most famous girl in all of New York City.
Content Fearless Girl.
La Niña Sin Miedo.
People young and old are flocking to her.
The Fearless Girl on Wall Street has already made a lasting impression.
It's the hottest selfie in town still.
As she's become a social media phenomenon, Fearless Girl has also become a broader symbol of female empowerment.
19,000.
25,000.
28,000.
30,000 people have already signed a petition to keep the statue here longer.
The Fearless Girl will be allowed to remain at her post.
This statue has crystallized this moment in history.
My generation fought for the women of today, so that little girl is saying a lot.
Well, what a lovely way to start. So now over to you, LJ. What's your first choice?
My choice is Volvo's FMX truck, the toughest truck they've ever built. It's 18 tons with automatic traction control. They do an extreme product test. I mean, totally extreme, smashing things up with the most unpredictable, reckless driver you've ever seen, a weenie 4-year-old girl.
I love
who
this.
love it. So she puts it through its paces with remote control. Obviously, she's not in the cab. She couldn't see behind the wheel. It's everything you could put a truck through, from rolls, smashing through buildings even. It won 16 awards in 2016, including Cannes Lions, the One Show, New York festivals. And like I say, it's the most extreme product test you've ever seen by Forsman Bodenfors, Volvo's Swedish agency.
Great, let's take a look.
I'm going to walk up. Then I stop there, then I drive it. Left and right, back and forward.
Jigger me the press people button. Nobody chat on yes no way. Like only have 22 in a me son. Then I feel so forget the next door the fool. Press chat on yes no Then I feel so forget the next door's a fool. Anytime you're ready, put now we see start war. See what the is when they don't get one this time. It's the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy. I'm here with the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy. My style is the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy. The style is the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy. A room boy don't play with the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy. My style is the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy. A room boy don't play with the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy. My style is the bomb, the dang, diggy, diggy.
So that was part of Forsman and Bodenfors' live test series where they're putting Volvo trucks through incredible product demonstrations. Just going to show that a product demo doesn't have to be boring, it can be quite fun. But the most famous one of all, of course, was Jean-Claude Van Damme and the epic split, which was again by the same agency in Sweden. We didn't select this, I know, because we kind of thought that everyone's seen it, and I'm sure you've all seen it, but let's just take a look at it one more time to remind ourselves of how good it is.
I've had my ups and downs, my fair share of bumpy roads and heavy winds. That's what made me what I am today. Now I stand here before you. What you see is a body crafted to perfection, a pair of legs engineered to defy the laws of physics, and a mindset to master the most epic of splits.
Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows? Only time. And who can say if your love grows as your heart shows? Only time.
Well, that ad's got to be the one to beat in terms of B2B advertising. So I guess it's over to me now for my first selection, and I've chosen Adobe's Click Baby Click, which was done by Silverstein Partners. I've chosen it just because I love it. It's funny, humour's a very powerful emotion, and it's an ad that introduces Adobe's marketing cloud. But as well as being funny, it also plays on the fears of marketers that don't have particularly good analytics. So yeah, let's take a look at that.
Peter, come take a look at this.
Mr. Daniels.
Mr. Daniels.
Look at this.
What's this? The numbers, they keep getting bigger and bigger.
The clicks are off the charts.
Yeah.
Yoshi, it's Walter.
we're back.
Yes, sir!
I need more trees! More trees? I'll get you more trees!
Hey, take a look at wood pulp.
Whoa. Everything you got on wood pulp right now.
He really loves that thing.
Isn't that great? So Richard, back to you for your second selection.
So I've picked Getty Images, and the name gives it away. They're known for their images, their stock library, but they also are not so known for perhaps some of their music and sound effects. So they needed a way of promoting that. Now they worked with Almat BBDO down in Brazil, and they took a silent movie, Nosferatu, and they added the sound effects to it. Now in B2B, everybody says that you can't run a video for more than 30 seconds. Well, I think this proves that myth wrong. They took the whole 1 hour, 30 minutes of silent movie and added sound effects to that. Yeah. So it's a great product example where they put, they're baking the product into their campaign. Of course, what we're about to run and see is the trailer.
You don't want to show the whole film?
Not the whole film.
Okay.
No.
In a world where Getty Images is a benchmark in image sales, one man came back from the past to show off the variety in our collection of music and sound effects. Yes, that's right. Our audio stock. Getty Images presents Nosferatu, the non-silent film. The classic silent film from 1922. Now with a whole new sound design developed with Getty Images, music and sound effects. A new soundtrack. Sound effects. And even voices.
Hey, they're on.
Thousands of different files. Thousands of hours of work. All to recreate a masterpiece of horror. Nosferatu, the non-silent film.
So another great demonstration of how product marketing can be creative. So over to you, LJ, for your second selection of the day.
Okay, this is from McCann, New York, and it's called Field Trip to Mars for Lockheed Martin, who make advanced space systems. They bought a school bus, took the kids on a field trip, and in effect, they made the bus with their technology into a giant VR headset. I think it was the most awarded campaign at Cannes last year. 19 awards.
Yeah, this is great as well.
It's amazing. It's totally memorable.
So we've got a making of film to show.
Yes.
So let's have a look.
We had to build technology that didn't exist.
You could see like what we were going by on the screens, and then you could feel it, so it felt like, oh, we're going past that. Oh, now I feel that we're going past that. It felt real.
we had to invent a way for transparent windows to become high-def displays.
Currently, with the VR headsets, it does isolate you, whereas this, particularly with the children, they were able to point things out to each other to really enjoy the experience communally.
Someone in school today could be the first people on Mars.
So that was so inspiring for the kids, but also such a great B2B proposition as well. So back to me for my last selection of the show, and this one's another one by Getty Silverstein Partners.
Oh, you truly love them.
I do love them, an agency that I really admire. This one's Cisco's Circle story, and I love this one so much because it really positions Cisco at the forefront of innovation, and it tells a story of connectivity around the Internet of Everything.
Yeah.
And nothing tells the story of connectivity better than a story that loops back on itself. And they do that in such a beautiful way, with such simplicity and humanity. Like the simplicity of even the voiceover done in a style of a nursery rhyme, the house that Jack built. So yeah, let's take a look at the last one of the day.
This is the cat that drank the milk and let in the dog that jumped on the woman who brewed the coffee.
Brew coffee.
That woke the man who was late for work.
All right, I gotta go.
And drove the car
Driverless mode engaged.
that found the parking spot.
Find parking space.
Parking space found.
That alerted the door that opened the control room.
Hey, Bob.
That secured the data, that directed the turbines, that powered the sprinklers, that watered the grass, that fed the cow, that made the milk, that went to the store, that reminded the man to buy the milk. It was poured by the girl who loved the cat, that drank the milk. The Internet of Everything is changing everything. Cisco, tomorrow starts here.
So those were our top 6. So guys, out of the 6 that we chose, which one would you select as your favourite?
Ladies first.
Field trip to Mars. I'm hoping if I say that I'll be one of the explorers in 20 years.
Right.
I like Nosferatu. Perhaps it's telling that you've picked one of yours and I'm picking one of mine. Nosferatu, I just think that it's a great product demo, and what better than if you've got something unique to show the world, do that and put it on steroids, take it to the next level. I mean, it really is a production job that they've done there. Yeah. But core to the idea is showing that product, and it's so kind of watchable, and it brings back something that's in popular culture, and that's one thing that we don't do enough in B2B, to my mind. We're just not, everything's very rational, everything's product based, everything's in the funnel, and here we've got some people who are lifting their head up and kind of looking over the horizon and saying, actually, how can we do something in popular culture? How can we change the world?
Yeah.
I never thought I'd laugh out loud at Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Which I have done, watching it.
To be honest, I've never heard of Nosferatu. Maybe it's just my age.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Or your ignorance. Yeah.
So yeah, my I'd have to go with Sophie. Sophie's my absolute favourite. I absolutely love it. And again, another demonstration of how amazingly well product demonstration could go.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Great.
it.
Wonderful.
Good choices.
So that's all we have time for today. We hope you've enjoyed the selection of our favourite B2B ads and look forward to your comments on which one was your favourite and to hearing about any that you feel should have been included in our top 6. For now, we're going to leave you with a classic from one of our clients, Yell, that was created by AMV and written by the amazing David Abbott. This is one of the longest running ads of all time on UK television, running for an incredible 11 years, and is one that's remained close to the hearts of the British public. From myself, Richard and LJ, goodbye for now.
I don't suppose you have a copy of Fly Fishing by J.R. Hartley. It is rather old. It's by J.R. Hartley.
No luck, Dad. Never mind. There's still a few more.
water truck.
Good old yellow pages. We don't just help with the nasty things in life, like a blocked drain. We're there for the nice things, too.
You do? Oh, that's wonderful. Can you keep it for me? My name, oh yes, it's J.R. Hartley.